from South Bend, Indiana, here is Kevin Brazier. And his opponent in the red corner, weighed in at 163 pounds. He is undefeated as a professional, 20 wins, 1 draw, 15 wins by knockout. Tonight is also his 22nd birthday on his 22nd fight. From Ann Arbor, Michigan, here is the IBC and Michigan State middleweight champion. I give you James Lights Out Toney.
Popular man in these parts, James Toney. The fighters make their way to the center. The referees for this card tonight, Sam Williams and Bob Fisher. Williams working this one. The timekeeper, Ken Pace. Counter of knockdowns, William Hunter, and the judges, Frank Barbarish, Charlene White, and Dario Chironi. The physicians standing by at ringside, Sal Shapiro, Jules Reinhardt, and the announcer in the ring is Wally Jackson. Inspectors on hand from the Michigan State Board of Athletic Control, John Jackson, John Kuzemka, and Hilmer Kenty. And Rose Grable and Jim Birch are commission members at ringside. 10 rounds, I don't know if it'll make it. James Toney promised a knockout, right?
I was just going to say, don't leave your seats right now.
I think James wants to take this out with dispatch.
Look at this.
I'm not sure where that souvenir came from. Brazier, the quickest to the center of the ring. He's 11-5, hails from South Bend, Indiana. Fairly skilled fellow, had something of a checkered career. Began back in the early 80s, fought for a couple of years and took a terrible beating in a knockout and laid off a season. He's fought considerably since then. But in several instances, we're told, as Toney tries to work the body with a couple of combinations, we're told, Rich, and, you know, he got in against guys he shouldn't have been against, and it really took away a lot of his confidence, maybe ruined his career from a national perspective.
Well, you know, he has a brother that's been a fighter and a champion, and a lot of times it's very difficult following in your brother's footsteps, especially if he is successful. You want to try and be as successful as he can much faster. So the pressure could have been on him, and he took some fights maybe he shouldn't have earlier in his career.
The defense of Brazier in the early going, he's got to keep his elbows in. Toney's working on the arms, trying to get to the body, counter-punching for Brazier, and it scores a couple of points right there. Toney spins him around and delivers a couple of blows, and they separate. Toney quicker. Toney carrying a left hand down low. Defensively, I'm continually more and more curious about that on behalf of Toney. I don't like that technique, Rich. I think you're too open when your left hand defensively is down around your belt or the thigh, where it is now.
I don't like that either, Chris. And you know who made that popular is Thomas Hearns, who's been very, very successful with it. But, hey, not everybody's the hitman.
Not everybody has that eye-hand coordination and the hand speed to react when it really becomes necessary and play defense from down there.
Well, Toney seems very confident here in this first round.
Fighting a little flat-footed. Counter-punch right hand to the chin. Brazier hurt. That stung. Now Toney needs to move in. He's trying. Brazier has enough fights to understand about covering up. That was a good, stiff, short, chopping right hand. Came almost at a three-quarter angle. Not quite an uppercut.
Yeah, Toney's showing me something there, too, Chris. He did not go in for the kill. He did not get wild. Didn't get crazy.
Control.
That's very important.
You know, I think another right-hand counter. It's wide open for him, and Toney scored with it twice. That may carry the round for him, if nothing else.
Well, it should. More of a grazing right-hand punch on that one. But he is getting through the defense. Brazier, for sure, with his jabs.
There's a counter right from Brazier.
Back with that hook again. Kill the body, Toney. Kill the body, baby.
Again to the body, but nothing really well enough placed. We're down toward the end of round number 1. James Toney and Kevin Brazier. Freeman continually getting better, and I think a new measure of maturity, not just because of what happened against Sanderline Williams. And here comes Brazier. He wants to start fast. That's a trip. There will be no count. Sam Williams moves in to clean the gloves, get any rosin or foreign matter that might be there. Brazier scores with a left hand to the chin of Toney.
Middle, James.
Brazier continues to be the aggressor. Not particularly classy-looking combinations, but some of that stuff is getting through. Toney regrouping right now. He lost the first little bit of round number 1.
Yeah.
Doing the same here in round number 2.
Well, Brazier's slowing down a little bit now. I think he was trying to catch Toney off guard a little bit by coming out so fast. It didn't work.
Well, he may have already decided he's not going to win the second half of any given round, so he might as well get his shots in while he can and hope for the best before he gets a little bit weary.
Also, he is 32 years of age,
right.
And he knows that if the bout goes long, well, he got hit there with a good left. If the bout goes longer, it's going to be in favor of Toney because he's 10 years younger.
Toney climbing the ladder with left hook to the ribs, up on the shoulder, and then one to the jaw. The left-right combination. Missed there by Brazier off the ropes.
Toney is hurting Brazier every time he hits him now. And this is only the second round.
His punches have good authority. He has a good knockout record. Prior to the Williams fight a month ago, he had a 5 knockout string. There's a good combination. Driving the hands of Brazier right into his own face.
That's got to tell you how strong James Toney is and how hard he is punching.
As compared to physical specimens, we thought Toney had a definite advantage. Brazier is very hurt now.
Yeah, he's very weary. He's ready to go.
Uppercut to the sternum.
Oh,
there's a body shot. That may do it. The body shot was the telling blow to finish off a flurry. Brazier down. First time he's been down in the bout. He'll take the full count and I think pop up when Sam gets to 8. He's at 7 now. There's 8. But he's still in trouble.
Well, he's hurt, no doubt about it. We'll see what kind of a finisher Toney is right now. There goes the mouthpiece, and that was a big punch. That's it.
So a TKO in the second round. There was some good work to the face, a couple of right counter punches that were telling blows and set the man up. He climbed the ladders with a series of lefts about 30 seconds prior to the big body blow that led to the first knockdown, and from there it was just a matter of time, Rich.
Well, you got to wonder if Brazier was in shape for this fight, Chris, because he came out and he looked like he was going for everything in the first opening seconds of that round. You have to wonder if he knew that there's no way he was going to go 10, and if he was going to win this fight, he was going to have to do it right there and then because it wasn't going to go much longer.
Well, he does work a full-time job. This isn't his primary occupation, and that does create a problem when you don't have it 100% committed to the boxing game. That was the first knockdown and a good solid body shot, and this is what finished it off.
There it is.
There's the left hook right across the eye, and there wasn't much left, but that took the remainder out of the man, and Brazier went down. And Sam Williams, I think, judiciously and properly stepped in and said he's defenseless now.